In South Africa, approximately 1 million dogs and cats are euthanized each year. Shelters are left with no alternate option as the number of unwanted pets is on a rise. Friends of Rescued Animals, also known as FORA, are running at a max capacity with 300 dogs and approximately 150 cats. Shelter manager Linda Schrace explains that one of their biggest problems is that people do not sterilize their pets, contributing to a huge influx of unwanted animals.
Our biggest challenge are the people out there with their own animals. They don't consider them family, they consider them property. They also, one of the biggest problems is people not sterilizing the animals. So there is this huge influx or overflow of animals, puppies, kittens, older animals. In many homes they are still disposable objects. So that's our biggest challenge, is the actual irresponsible animal ownership.
Chairperson of FORA, Annika van Zyl, says the idea behind the Bark in the Dark was to open up the shelter to the public at night to experience what shelter dogs and cats go through every waking minute they are behind their caged doors.
Well, we have the Bark in the Dark sleep out, where we've asked people who would like to come and sleep out and pay for the privilege to spend the night with the animals and learn what shelter life is all about. Also, it's a fundraiser, but also to create some awareness.
About 30 people gathered at the shelter in Luipaardsvlei near Krugersdorp in Johannesburg, armed with bedding, food and torches. Each person then was able to choose which animal they would spend the night with. With South Africa playing Scotland in the Rugby World Cup the night, FORA even set up a television for animal lovers to catch the match. After an eventful evening of rugby watching and barking, it was time to sleep, or at least try to sleep.
I've never heard anything quite as loud as the shelter when it all starts to bark, as you know. I mean, I was thinking of words to try and describe it. When all the dogs wake up and they all bark, it's actually a visceral thing. That loud bark is almost like a war zone.
It's the first time. There's always time for more to do stuff like this. I think it was a brilliant idea. We must do it more. It's a people awareness thing. We've got to do stuff like this.
It went very well. It was just bloody cold. The one dog slept with me for most of the night, which was quite cute. Snuggled up to me and kept me warm.
Fantastic. It was no sleep. But next time, well, now we know what we have to do next time. Bring lots of bedding and lots of warm clothes.
It was cold, but it was fine. It was fun. I'm going home, having a hot bath, getting back into bed, into a soft bed.
Nice interaction with the dog. Kept on pawing me all night, so it was just a bit of love and affection.
The animal shelter relies completely on the public for funding, and according to Schrace, there is a definite and serious rise in unwanted animals.
When I was a kid, we went to the SABC to adopt an animal, and we were put on a waiting list when I was a child. So you're looking at 45 years ago, you were put on a waiting list. Now there are not enough SPCAs, there are not enough shelters. Okay? And every shelter that I know of runs at maximum capacity.
With an unsterilized pet and its offspring able to produce over 60,000 lives within 6 years, it's time to educate and start preventing South Africa's severe pet overpopulation problem. For SABC News in Luipaardsvlei, I'm Oosthuizen.